All right, good morning. This is a review for our Unit 1, Week 1 quiz, which will take place on tomorrow. So let's take a look at some of the things that'll be on the test. We are reviewing for um, multiples, factors. Um, I don't think there are any prime numbers or composite numbers on the assessment. There may be, but I'm certain that they understand that. And we're going back to patterns, okay? So let's look at the first question. It says, look at the pattern below. Which two objects should come next? Okay, so if I look at this pattern, you have the two big smiley face, the two smiley faces with the tongues, two big smiley face, and then one smiley face with the tongue. It asks which two, and sometimes what we're finding is if you're not reading the question carefully, you continue to get the wrong answer. So look at, it's asking which two comes next. Look at how it's situated. You have these two go together, these two go together, these two go together, and then they just give you one. What's the next one here? So if it's two, that means it's one here, and then the beginning of the next part of the pattern. So I know is the next thing, I need another smiley face, and then another right here would be the big smiley face. So the answer would be A. Okay, so make sure you're clear about that. It doesn't mean that the two should be the same. Some people would jump and say, oh, it's C because they're the same, but that's not what it's asking. So be very clear when you're reading that question. Okay, let's look at the next question. The pattern is determined by the first three shapes. What shape should go in the blank? Okay, so the first three shapes is the big teeth smiley face star, the shade star, and the bigger star, which has hearts. What goes here? You got the shade one, and you got the smiley, the heart one. What goes here? Some people would mark A, but be careful because A is much bigger than this star. So it wouldn't be A. It's too big. The only big one is the heart one. What goes here? The small one. So your answer would be D. Okay, so please, please, please be very careful answering this question as well. Okay? All right, your next question. Next question. Justice used the rule add 8 to generate a number pattern. Which pattern could Justice have generated? So add 8. So if we start with the first number and add 8 every time. So 1 plus 8, and this is what it looks like. 1 plus 8 is 9. So I automatically know that this one is not correct. Although you might say, oh, 8, 16, 24 is correct. But 1 plus 8 is not 8. Okay, so A is not correct. Okay, the next one starts with 8. So if I've got 8 and I add 8, I get 16. If I have 16 and I add 8, I get 24. If I have 24 and I add 8, I have 32. So my answer is B. Okay, so be careful because you might think it's one of these others as well. Just make sure you're adding 8 to each number. Okay, the next question. I hope you can see this. Let me turn the light off. Hopefully you can see. All right, hopefully that's a little bit better. All right, so this says, which list shows all of the factors that both 25 and 30 have in common? It says all factors that both numbers have in common. So in order to do this, you've got to find the factors. You just can't say, oh, probably 1, 5, and 25. Well, you've got to actually work through these problems to find the factors. So when I look for factors of 25, I write the 25, I put my parentheses, I know I start with 1, and 1 always times the number itself is the answer. So 1 times 25 equals 25, okay? I move to the number 2. I know 2 times nothing is 25 because 2 is an even number and 5 is an odd number. What about 3? 3 times nothing is 25. 3 times 1, 3 times 2. I'll jump to 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 6 is 24. So I know that's not going to work. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 6 is 30. So that doesn't work. But I do know that 5 times 5 is 25. So 5, because it multiplies by itself, 5 times itself, that means I'm done. These are the factors of 25. The other number is 30. I know that 1 times 30 is 30. And if you don't know how to do this, make sure that you write your little dots out into your arrays to figure it out. Is 2 times anything 30? Well, you might say no, but let's try 2. 1, 2. Put it in groups of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Well, look at there. We can use 2. It makes a complete rectangle or an array. So 2 on top, how many on the side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 2 times 15 equals 30. Okay? What about 3? 3 times anything equal 30? Most of you already know that 3 times 10 is 30. 4 times anything 30? Well, if you don't know, put it in groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Well, if I look at that, it does not create a rectangle or an array. I know 4 doesn't work. Okay, what about 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That tells me that 5 does work. 5 times what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 times 6 is 30. Okay? And I know that I'm done because 5 and 6 are next door neighbors. So here are all the factors of 25 and 30. They want to know which list shows all the factors that both 25 and 30 have in common. So remember, common, that means which ones are the same in each group. We automatically see 1 is the same. Does both numbers have 2 as a factor? No. 3, 5, yes. 6, no. 7, 10, no. 15, no. And 30 or 25. So the numbers that are all of the factors for 25 and 30 are 1 and 5. So my answer is C. Please make sure you're working through these problems with me. Okay? Hopefully you can see this. Doing the best I can with what I have to help you to be successful. I want you to get out of the red. If you're in the red, I'm praying that you get out of the red tomorrow. I want to see you in green, green, green. Okay? All right, so the next question. Look at the input-output chart below. Input, output. Input 15, output 12. Input 9, output 9. Input 8, output 5, input 21, output 18. Okay, so in other words, I start with this number and I end with this number. Which of the following is the correct rule for the chart? Am I going to subtract 4 from the input to get the output? Am I going to add 3 to the input to get the output? Subtract 3 to the input to get the output? Or add 6 to the input to get to the output? So we have to try it out. So let's see. First thing says subtract 4. So 15 minus 4 equals 11. So I know that that is not correct. Subtract 4 can't be correct because the very first one doesn't follow that rule. All of them must follow that rule, the rule that you choose. Add 3. So if I have 15 and I add 3, I get 18. So I know that add 3 is not correct either. What about subtract 3? 15 minus 3 equals 12. Okay, so the first one is correct, but that doesn't mean all the rest are correct. So don't just stop because the first one is correct. You got to check and make sure all of them follow the rule. 9 minus 3 is 6. All right, that's a check. All right, the next one is 8 minus 3 is 5. That's correct. And finally, 21 minus 3. And we have to go through the process if you like. Regroup, that's a 1. That's an 11. 11 minus 3, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That leaves 3. That leaves 8. And bring down your 1. That is correct. So my answer is subtract 3. Okay, these are my answer choices. And I know it's not add 6 because 15 plus 6 can't be 12. Okay. All right. Parents, after they go through this, you can try some more of these. Write the question over and give them a chance to solve it with another number. Okay. All right. All right, so that is pretty much the review for tomorrow. As you see, there are some number patterns, input-output charts, finding common factors, factor pairs for numbers, and one other one is multiples. So remember, multiples, if I ask you to find all the multiples wait a minute, let me see, because it was a question. Oh, okay. So let's not use that question like that. Let's try to ask it another way. So which numbers all have multiples of 30? Okay, list multiples that all have, which numbers all have multiples of 30. So I know if I say I want to see if 4, 7, 6, and 3. Okay, which one of these numbers have multiples of 30? So multiples of 4 means you skip counting by 4. So 4, 8. So it's like 4 times 1, 4 times 2, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 8 is 32. So we know 4 does not have multiples of 30. All right, what are the multiples of 7? 7 times 1, 7 times 2, 7 times 3, 7 times 4, 7 times 5. All right, so I know that doesn't have a multiple of 30. What about our 6s? 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 6 times 3, 6 times 4, 6 times 5. Okay, that 6 has a multiple of 30. And what about our 3s? 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, 3 times 5, 3 times 6, 3 times 7, 3 times 8, 3 times 9. Wait a minute. 3 times 7, 3 times 8 is 24, y'all. 3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 10 is 30, okay? So I see that the numbers 6 and 3 have multiples of 30, okay? So with that same question, I might also ask, which numbers all have multiples of 12? Should have been a question mark up there. All right, so if I look at the same numbers, which all have multiples of 12? Let's look. 4, yes, 4 has a 12, has a multiple. 7, no. 6, yes. 3, yes. So my answer for this one would be 4, 6, and 3. So when you're doing multiples, skip count by the numbers that's being presented. And then circle all of the numbers that we're looking for. So this one was 30. We had 2 with 30. And if it asks you for 12, circle all the 12s after you did count it, skip count it, and then you will see which numbers have those multiples. Okay? All right, ladies. I'm excited to see you succeed tomorrow. I'm excited to see you in the green tomorrow. I'm so excited to see your growth. So please work hard so that I can see your growth, and not only you, but yourself. Do it for you. You're the important one, okay? Also, make sure that you're going over this, go over it, ask questions to your parents to make sure that you're ready for the quiz tomorrow. I think there's only 10 questions. So it's very short. You only have an hour to work through the process. As always, you'll get a treat for doing well. And I might even throw some dojo points in there because you need dojos for Friday, for your Fun Friday, okay? All right. See you later. Bye.